Recent events that impacted the RV community have led us to want to make a video and show you guys what we carry in our towed and in our RV to help keep us safe out on the road. So hang in there with us. We're going to show you a few items that every one of you should have in your RV, your towed, and even a rental car. You want to be prepared for the unexpected. It might be a traffic jam out on the highway, or you literally could be stuck in the mud on some BLM off-road. You don't know. You want to carry a few things with you to help keep you safe in the event that you're unable to return to your RV or trailer. We're going to show you a few of the items that we carry in what we call our bug out bag or our to-go bag, and these travel with us most everywhere we go. Take a look, we'll show you what we've got.
Okay, we consider water the absolute #1 safety feature to have. Besides water, the #1 thing absolutely every traveler should have. Brad, you want to tell us what this is?
This is a PLB, personal locator beacon. It is modeled after what we call an EPIRB, or a emergency position radio indicating beacon. These work off satellites, and if I were to activate this anywhere in the world, it would send my GPS coordinates to the satellite. This would transmit my position long enough for a rescue coordination center to be able to find us if we got lost on a trail, or we were disabled out on a BLM road, or we had a medical emergency. These have a 5-year battery in them. They fit right on your belt. You can take them with you very easily. You have to activate it. You have to actually turn it on. So that would tell them, if this went off, exactly who set it off and where they were. Anywhere in the world that you would be, this device could save your life.
We have a go-to bag, and in it, #1, we have water. We have the water. Then we have food. Food is as simple as snacks, but we have things like the to-go peanut butter tubs. Nabs are always easy to have. We have cookies, and then we have some protein.
Now, the nice part about these foods is they are shelf stable. They can withstand a great deal of heat if they're sitting in the back seat or underneath the seat of your car or towed. And you want to check them and rotate them probably about once a month or so. Just take them out, make sure they're okay, and then put them back in. Only takes a couple of minutes. And anytime you're going shopping, or you know you're going on a trip or an excursion, take a few minutes and just take a quick look at your to-go bag and make sure it's safe.
Also in here we have nuts and a couple of utensils. So this isn't gonna get you, a week and a half supply, but hopefully, if needed, this could keep you up to, 2 or 3 days.
Now, it's very important to note, as I recall back to my survival training in the military, you can go up to 5 days without food, but you cannot go more than about 24 hours without water.
We found these cute little aluminum tubs, which you could put snow in or water in, and then if you have a heat source like a fire, you can actually boil the water in these.
Streams or rivers should never be drank from without first sterilizing the water. There are some ugly bacteria that can live in there, so you don't want to be drinking water that hasn't been boiled.
All right, another couple of items which are actually very essential in your go bag is going to be a flashlight. It gets dark out there, you're going to want a flashlight. The other thing you're going to want is a fire source. So this will come in really handy, and it fits right in the to-go bag. We keep a big plastic trash bag in here, which is so multi-purpose. This could actually be used as a makeshift shelter. You can also sit on it. You can also use it as a bag. And along with the utilitarian usage, we keep gloves. So some of the next items we have, everyone knows about it, toilet paper. So we have a roll of toilet paper kept in a bag so it stays good. And we also have body wipes. So these are multifunctional.
Right, and toilet paper, among other things, can be used to help start a fire if you needed to build a campfire.
So the other thing that we have is medicines. So we use these sorters that keep 1 week at a time. So you can just have 1 week of your necessary medicines in here. So you have that. We keep some little vitamins. These help your water, not only for flavor, but also they give essential vitamins and some caffeine.
They're B12 boosters is what they are. It's called Zip Fizz. Available also on Amazon.
All right, some other items you might want to put in your to-go kit would be like Tylenol, hard candies, and a first aid kit. Those are just some of the things that we have in our to-go bag. Certainly not everything you would want to have, but these would be a good start.
Unfortunately, cellular telephones only work when they have a cellular signal. And whether it's T-Mobile or AT&T or Verizon, there are many areas of the country that still do not have cellular service. And these are some of the areas that we all seem to like to go and camp in. You cannot depend on just your cell phone for safety. You need to do a plan. And if you are going to deviate from the plan, you need to make sure somebody knows. That way, if you aren't where you're supposed to be, they can come out and try to find you. It's important that somebody knows where you are.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, the events that we're speaking of did cost one of these people their life. They got stuck. They did not have any means for survival for even a couple of days, and it made it difficult for searchers to find them. The other thing we always told everyone in the military and the Coast Guard was, if something happens to your boat, stay with the boat. Pretty much that's the same thing with your RV. If something happens and your RV becomes stuck, your best bet is always to stay with your RV.
Yeah.
It's large, it's easy to locate from the air.
It's a shelter.
It's a shelter, it has water, it has heat. In the event that you find yourself stranded with your RV in snow or mud or whatever, stay with your RV unless you must leave, unless you have a medical emergency or something like that.
So bugging out is a last resort, but you want to do everything you can in case that is what you have to do.
Okay, we're going to show you a couple of the things that we keep in the Jeep with us at all times. I guess the very first thing that we keep in the Jeep with us is a first aid kit. Everybody should have a first aid kit in all their vehicles. Get stung by a bee, you step on a cactus, anything. It's always good to have some band-aids and some ointments and what have you. A few years ago, my kids brought me this keychain. It has wrapped up inside this parachute cord a fire starter and some other materials. I've never unwound it, but I know there's supposed to be a fire starter inside here. The next item that we carry, this is a survival kit. And in here is a flint and some fire starters and a little knife, a pencil, fish hooks, some wire, whistle, just a multitude of things that could prove handy out on the trail if you became disabled. Another item that we carry is a tire plugging kit or tire repair kit. I cannot tell you the number of times I've heard of people running over a cactus and puncturing a tire. Now obviously, if you run over a rock and you cut the tire open severely, this isn't going to do it. That's why you have a spare. But it's always good to have a plugging kit. I carry one in the Jeep and I carry one in the RV. In case I were to pick up a nail or something on the road, I could plug it myself and get myself to the next town. We carry 2 blankets, not just because it can get cold, but here in Florida, it can be a source of shade. We can tie it off the side of the Jeep if we need to, just to help keep that hot sun off of you during the day. Fire starter. This is Instafire. It's actually an impregnated sawdust. Very easy to light, burns a long time. That can be ignited with either flint or a lighter. And then the last things we've got in here is I carry a Viair 3000 air compressor, to reinflate the tires. Normally that's because I air down when I go off-road and I need to be able to air them back up, but it's extremely handy if we were to get a flat out on a trail. It would allow us to self-rescue. Okay, once again, these are just a few items that many of us just take for granted. We become complacent and we don't think anything bad will ever happen. Always expect the unexpected. Plan for the unplanned. A few minutes of time on your side could prevent a tragedy on the other side. Stay safe out there, guys.
Yep.
We'll see you in the next video.